today we're focused on travel and adventure, and we have a good friend of mine who's decided to join us. And in this specific episode, we're going to be focused on how a young family decided to jump out of the rat race and go live around the world, in Southeast Asia specifically. It's a really neat thing, because so many people struggle with, how do I do it? What if I don't have the money? What if I don't have the time? I'm just going to wait until the kids are older. And this is a young group of people who decided to transcend all of those limiting stories and make it happen. Summer Jessee is a serial entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, a mother of 3, a natural childbirth advocate, a breastfeeding advocate, a manic organic, a Pilates extraordinaire, a future best-selling author, world traveler, creator of an internationally recognized and highly supportive and interactive online community called Today's Natural Mom, and the Anti-Supermom. So if you would, please help me welcome Summer Jessee to the call. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me,
And of course, it's fun. Thanks for sharing. Absolutely. So that was my question. What are the top 1 to 3 tips that someone could use today? Meaning, if they want it, they're really dreaming about this, they're hesitating, and they're watching this video, what's 1 to 3 things that if they were going to take action today to literally go out and start doing their traveling with their family, or start doing their traveling at all, what's 1 to 3 tips that you can help to immediately get them started?
Okay, so I made notes just so I wouldn't forget. And some of it we've already talked about. So I guess the first thing I would say is open your mouth. So start telling everybody what you want to do. And that's what we did. We started telling, hey, we're going to take this big family adventure, go live in another country. And granted, a year passed and I was still saying that to people, but what it did was it held me accountable. So I was thinking, okay, we're saying this, we're telling everyone we're doing this, but nothing's happening. But I feel this accountability to live up to what I've been telling people I'm going to do, or else I'm like a fraud. I'm like I'm just a big talker, like, oh yeah, Summer thought she was going to do that, but she didn't actually do it, So I wasn't going to be one of those. So open your mouth, number 1, start telling people, because that's going to hold you accountable, and you never know who you're going to meet. So the more you open your mouth and start telling people what you want to do, you're going to meet someone who is like, oh yeah, I have an uncle who lives in Italy, like if you want to go live in Italy, like you got to connect with him. He'll show you around. Oh, and he has an extra house, like you could probably live in his house. Oh, great. This is what happens when you start, it's the law of attraction, when you start putting these things out there. So open your mouth, start telling people, number 1. Number 2, and we've talked about this before too, is don't adopt the opinions of others. So when you're sharing what you want to do, if someone's not supportive, and you just got to make a mental note, like, okay, I'm not going to talk to that person, about this. And that's okay. It's probably going to be like a close family member, and that's okay. They don't have to agree with what you're going to do, but you just maybe you could talk about other things with them. So don't adopt the opinions of others. And then, so logistically, number 3 is to work backwards into it. Okay? So number 1, share with everybody. Number 2, don't adopt opinions of others. Number 3, work backwards. So pick a place, first of all. So you got to figure out, where you want to be. And if you're a couple and you don't know where you want to go, I would suggest making a list. Like each of you make a list of maybe 5 to 7 places that you'd be interested in going. And then you can kind of compare your list, see if anything matches up, and you can be like, okay, we both kind of want to go to this place. So figure out where you want to go, and then take some sort of action. Either find a villa to rent, or book a flight. Okay, when are we going to go? When are we going to go to Thailand? Okay, we're going to go to Thailand January 15th. Is that enough time? It's August, September, we've got 4 months to plan. It's probably enough time. Okay, January 15th. Go online, look at flights, click book flight, enter your credit card information, and then you're done. And you're going to be like, oh my God, what did we just do? You're going to be freaking out, but that's okay. Like, it's all part of the process. So then once you know, January 15th, we've got a flight to Thailand. We've got to get our butts in gear now. Figure out if you've got to take care of a business here. If you're going to, we sold everything. We sold all of our furniture. We just totally closed up shop here. We sold our car on the day that, the day before we left. I mean, it was like crunch time for us. So you've got to figure out all the logistics, figure out passport information, So yeah, work backwards into it. And like we talked about, like don't think. It's like that first step, like when you're sitting in the plane about to jump out. That's the hardest part, is when you're just sitting there. It's like just taking that first step, but you just don't think. I'm telling you, don't think about it. Just do it. Later on, once you're there, once you're in Thailand, and it's January, 16th, 17th, and you're there, you're gonna be like, wow, we did it. Like, this is happening. You're gonna thank yourself later. And then I guess, one last thing I would say is to read books, get the right kind of tools and information, connect with people, websites, blogs, read books that are going to help, support your vision as well.
Very cool. So fill and fuel your mind, body, and emotions with all the supportive evidence of how to make it work and new tips and new strategies. I love those tips. Very, very cool. Well, thank you for joining us for JRCTv. The final question is, if people want to find out more about you and Team Jessee, where do they go?
You can go to teamjessee.com to find out more about our trip in Southeast Asia. And you can email me or call me if you have any specific questions. I would love to work with you one-on-one and help you actually take that next leap. So you can, I guess you could post my phone number.
Yeah, I'll put it down below the video. So underneath the video, we'll put the website, and then we'll put an email address. We probably won't put your phone number online. That'd be
so just give me a call, shoot me an email, and we can chat and help get your asses out of the country.
Very cool. Well, thank you. Another week of JRCTv. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Jairek. Bye.